What is going down, everyone? It's time for Mojobreak.com, the hype episode 321. Prizm Football is here, 2023, and everybody's ripping it. We're going to talk about it. We got This Week in the Hobby. Disney had a four-way auto that came out, and Hobby loves it and hates it at the same time, so we're going to talk about that. Check out the site. We've got Prizm breaks all weekend, Mojobreak.com, as well as get your boxes at Mojobreak Shop, or check us out on Fanatics Live. We're also going to have an exclusive 50% off a product later in the show, so stay tuned on how you can score for being a hype listener, guys. Also, we're going to be talking about the state of football cards later on this episode as well. How excited are you guys for football? Prizm, is it the God product this right now for football cards?
1,000%. It's always the product that I'm looking forward to the most every single year for football. You guys heard me say it a bazillion trillion times on this podcast. I prefer ripping Prizm Football over Prizm Basketball, even though basketball is more my main sport. I just feel like Prizm always offers more color. There's more guys to usually chase than basketball. So it's just overall more fun rip. Plus they give you the two super chases of the Color Blast and the Mangas, which obviously you don't get in Prizm Basketball because they like to space those out into higher end products for basketball. So I mean, Prizm Football is just, to me, is the product to get into for every season.
For sure. You guys got to go on the site for those ones. We're doing 3 boxes. We're doing full cases. We're doing randoms. Let's get into a few topics of This Week in the Hobby. Goodwin Champs 2023 is coming out. Almost made it in 2023. Very close, but it's 2024, but it's the 2023 version of it. And Michael Jordan autographs are back, which is...
I didn't even think about that. Almost made it.
Barely. They almost got it in. Got it in.
But 2022 just came out.
Right.
Like six, actually, it was like, I think, just 6
So,
months
I
ago.
mean, that's a good sign, right? Like, they're getting back, trying to.
Apparently,
getting back on schedule.
Apparently, they're really good at just printing Goodwin Champs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
what they're all. Yeah, we know that much. Goodwin Champs, you can rely on it. The Cup Hockey, we'll see.
Well, and it looks like Michael Jordan has that famous, I believe that's the 98 design of his first. It was actually, I think it was the first jersey card. So they've emulated that with an autograph. And I think the jersey is from a Scottie Pippen tournament or something like that. So game used, in a sense, at a Scottie Pippen tournament. And they show the picture of him playing basketball there.
I'm going to call it event used.
That's about as good as we can get, right? I would say. I mean, they have him in a basketball uniform. It is white and red. You know what I mean? Like that's about as close as we can get to a Chicago Bulls thing, because they could have done North Carolina again, I guess, maybe, perhaps.
No, because they don't have the.
They don't have the. Okay, never mind. So yeah, I mean that's the best. I think that's the best case scenario.
Pickup game license.
They did. They somehow
don't think it's in high demand right now.
They probably were like, name your price on this jersey. This is the only way we can make these cards. Goodwin is a weird one. I like it. I'm not going to say I don't like it. It's a weird collaboration of just all different sports. Obviously, we mentioned Michael Jordan. You've got Giants' Alyssa Naked having autographs in there as well. Caleb Williams has autographs. Mike Tyson has autographs in there. Tamar Johnson, Jace Young, Jackson Holiday, Dylan Cruz, which actually is underrated by not having an autograph.
That would be the very first one you can get for in his pro career.
Anthony Richardson, Spencer Jones. So, kind of a collaboration. They've got the weird UFO cards that are chases. My only gripe, and this is maybe my old school like hobby gripe, is are we devaluing Exquisite by putting them in like a $90 box? Are we devaluing Skybox Z-Force? Are we devaluing SP Signature? Because they're putting it all in this product when some of these like Black Diamonds in here as well. Isn't those like standalone high-end brands that they're now like forced to put into this set? Wouldn't you just wait and make an Exquisite on its own?
This product should be worth more than.
You would think, yeah.
I'll give you $200 for a box.
That's how much they were going for during the pandemic. I actually it's a couple things. One, I don't think it devalues those brands. One, because you don't pull them that often, actually. Because we've opened up a bazillion boxes of this stuff, especially the 2022 and the 2021 version. They actually don't come out that often. And then two, what standalone products are we holding these out for? Because they only have the license for hockey.
Because Exquisite, how would they build a standalone exquisite
unless they're
line,
unless
it was hockey.
Right, unless the only way they can get through this is if it's an insert. They can't have a standalone because of maybe of licensing restrictions with players. But I mean, you're also lessening that. So you have the 0304 iconic design, and you have Caleb Williams, Drew Jones, and Nick Smith on the checklist.
Who?
I don't know who Nick Smith is. Up and coming basketball prospect.
Yeah, he's he was either drafted this past year or he's going to be a draft pick next year.
But none of these guys have played professionally yet, so it's like we're going to give them an 0304 exquisite card. Like, shouldn't that be like reserved for like a Stroud or like a maybe like Ken Griffey or somebody that's like a name should be on that set.
I think it's who they can get, right?
Yeah, it's a year by year basis. I believe Stroud had one last year, but it obviously wasn't the 0304 design maybe.
Oh, they have him on a 2009-10 design.
Yeah,
they have Stroud.
Yeah, because I don't think they try to use the same exquisite design every single year.
So I mean, I like
Stroud had one last year,
but yeah, Stroud had one last year, which he has a base number to 149. Somebody pulled it, and I looked it up. It was like $50.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was exquisite from back then, you're talking about crazy money, right? If it was like during the heyday of exquisite, so I don't know. It's just like an interesting set that they have to like throw everything in, and it doesn't really have a niche every year. It's like a new niche every year. Yeah. It's fun. It's fun.
They definitely try to mix it up. One thing about this year's as well for 2023, there's way more Michael Jordans on the checklist this year than there was last year. Last year there was like literally 2 Michael Jordan autos, maybe.
That's
like,
good.
Yeah, he's on on at least 5 different autograph checklists. Now again, those are low number, like number to 10, number to 5, but that's way more than there was last year.
Yeah,
so that's one thing.
That already makes
number 2, new this year actually. They're doing young guns, so you can get a young gun of a football player, young gun of a basketball player, young gun of a baseball player.
It's a good
so
that's
a new thing that they're trying out for Goodwin this year as well. And then, I mean, obviously, they'll have the fun stuff like the UFO stuff that has nothing to do with anything. They'll have the map relics. They'll have the, the coins, the, collectible coins like from different years, like the $50 coin and all that stuff.
Yep, they have those again.
So, yeah, interesting product. And it looks to be way better than 2022.
This is something that I know Dan is very fond of, and this is probably going to be first to bid on this card. We've got the Topps Chrome Disney that was a UK-only release, but it's made its way to the States somehow one way or the other. We've got a Super Fractor, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto, 1 of 1. I mean, what do you think? How much are you bidding and why?
Well, I'm not bidding.
Because you're going to go to Disneyland to go get those autographs in person, obviously.
Just tell me straight up.
Sure.
Who autographed these cards?
They're facsimiles.
Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck.
Oh, they're not even real?
No.
You couldn't even get
Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto. It says it right there.
Mickey Mouse, like the character that plays Mickey Mouse at Disneyland.
The Mexican Mickey Mouse?
Yeah.
Right there, dude.
Oh.
It says it right there. That's who autographed
head fell off.
That's who autographed
Oh, no, that was a guy.
Mickey's Mexican.
No, there was a photo of it was Minnie Mouse, but it was in Vegas. I thought it was Disneyland at one point, and it was it was Minnie Mouse with the head off, and the guy's like in the corner like smoking a cigarette.
Oh, no.
Like it's like a Mexican guy with a mustache.
Traumatizing little kids out here.
Yeah, just like he's not even hiding. He's just in public smoking a cigarette with his hat off.
So it's not even an autograph.
It's a facsimile, yeah.
So basically, it's a base card.
Yeah, but that's just low hanging fruit.
It's a super.
Here. That's what everybody's complaining about on the interweb.
It's a super fractor.
It's a base card. I mean, do I even want to guess what this card potentially can go for?
Well,
6 figures.
We looked up the highest selling cards from this set so far, confirmed bidding, confirmed sales. There was probably the highest bid card, 27 bids for 1 of 1, 2 characters from the movie Inside Out, Joy and Sadness.
No idea.
One,
That's fire.
I knew C-Rad would be all about it. $4,500.
Okay.
1 of 1.
Dual auto.
And it was
Not an
It
auto.
was a super
Well,
too.
No, not an auto.
We're calling it
again.
an
auto. Auto, air quotes.
Not an auto.
Auto with air.
Why are we adding more value to multi-characters? Like, isn't that kind of the opposite?
Those are the OGs. These
the
are the
opposite
OGs
that we do in like trading cards, like sports cards. We're just like, you don't want the multiplayer like rookie autos because there's always going to be a player on that card that's going to end up not living up
these
to
guys
the
all
hype.
play in the
Look,
same team.
Those are you want to talk about exactly all in the same team. Two, these are icons right here, you know, and I don't care that Mickey has now entered the public domain and maybe anyone could make that auto, but no, it's this is for icons of their field, you know.
Actually, now
Pluto's
that,
autograph kind of sucks.
well, now that I'm looking at it,
Come on now, the O is a paw. How can you hate on the O as a paw?
That does look good.
Come
the
on.
fact that a dog signed it like that,
And it's
incredible.
exactly, he's a dog.
Yeah.
A dog can
Goofy
sign it.
technically is too.
Yeah, Goofy's a dog. as well.
Wait, did Goofy make it? Oh, Goofy
Yeah,
did.
Goofy's there, of course.
Well, see, my only
So-
issue now that I'm looking
so
at this,
who-
where's
who-
Minnie Mouse
Yeah, Minnie's.
They missed out on having the
Disrespect
Minnie
on
Mouse.
Minnie. Yeah, I guess
instead of Pluto?
They need to have a two-sided one. Maybe you throw Minnie and Daisy and Chip and Dale on the back. That might be the only one that can outdo
Chip and
it.
Dale?
Yeah, Chip and Dale, baby. That's right.
Not the ones you're thinking.
Not those. Not Chip and Dale's.
Oh, okay.
Chip and Dale. Chip
Oh,
ampersand
I
Dale.
was like,
Chip.
man, I'm like, that's a completely
the
different vibe
Rescue
that we're going
Rangers.
for.
The Rescue Rangers themselves.
Yes.
Chip and Dale.
So according to
Palomino coming out with a
No.
trading card line.
No, not a Disney Palomino collab on the horizon.
Hey, I would buy that.
Pax would be $1.
Topps Chrome Palomino. Let's go.
They'd be handing those out on the Vegas Strip.
yeah,
Like, what is Mickey? Oh, God, what's he doing?
They, you know, I
FW.
mean, if you've been to Vegas, I know they used to hand out those, and you can
still
like
do.
Those are like trading cards.
collect them. What if they had chrome versions of those?
I mean,
Would we the little chrome handbills?
I
With their
love.
autographs in the back, bro.
Oh man,
I really
Looks like
love
I got a new licensing idea.
that this. I love that this gets brought up when we're talking about Disney cards, not when we're talking about any other cards. Disney cards.
That's
This
right.
is
That's
what
right.
it-
That's
this is
right.
what
That's
it
right.
devolves
Let's
into.
rein it back in here.
Eric Whiteback, or some people call him Ben now. If this card hits the market, I'd expect it to compete for the most expensive Disney card ever sold. A record currently held by a 1931 Walt Disney Mickey card, which I do have one in a lower grade, sold for $40,000 in October. So
That's
he's saying
insane.
this card is possibly worth more than $40,000.
I don't know about that one. I think that the one.
What
the-
1930 card?
Like
1930s
literally,
gotta
like
It's
get
the
more
Mickey Mouse
iconic.
rookie card I have. We have
it's
one.
got Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse on it. It's like a normal
It's a tobacco
entertainment
card.
trading.
From
Yeah.
1930.
made by who?
It's a tobacco card.
It's from
For
1930.
get
Yeah.
those kids smoking.
Yeah, exactly. Keep those. Come on, kids. Get on the wacky tobacco.
It's this one.
Walt loves
It's a young
Marlboros.
Walt. It's a young Walt. But I think the one that he's referring to probably was the high grade pop one.
Great.
Awesome.
That seems insane to me that this would outsell that, by the way.
and facsimile.
Again,
I'd
yeah,
rather
look,
have that.
no, you're
That's
right.
That's classic.
That's
a
a
classic
little
classic.
piece of history right
It's
there.
a classic.
This is, you're right. At the end of the day,
one
it's four
thing,
facsimile autos.
the one thing, like I feel like, you know, when some of that other stuff was coming out last year with the
Cockawau.
and then the White Schwartz like Disney 100 stuff and all the other Disney 100 stuff we've seen come out since then. The one thing Chrome has going for it is the fact that they really didn't make a lot of it.
Right.
So that the scarcity always helps the value of the single cards. So I think that's one thing that people are considering, and that's the reason why these cards probably are selling for a decent amount compared to like any other Disney 100 cards that have been coming out the last year or trading card game.
Well,
or
let's
whatever.
face it, the market's flooded right
Yeah,
now
it is.
in the Disney card game. I
We
mean,
now,
it's-
this is, if you love Disney and trading cards, there's literally never been a better time.
Is this the junk wax
collect.
era of,
Of
Disney
Disney?
cards?
No, this is like, you know, this reminds me more
No,
modernly.
the junk wax would probably be the
Yeah, it
junk
could be.
wax
This
era,
reminds me of,
frankly.
remember, like we had 3 soccer sets a year, and they would go like insane. Like Noir would be on fire, and Prizm World Cup, and then it's like, then all of a sudden we had like 80 a year. Like
Yeah,
we went
yeah.
from like 3 a year to like 80 a year. So then it's like you have like
Well,
75
we're not
different
quite
Erling
at
Haalands.
80 a year of Disney.
No,
but
but
are
we're
we gonna
close.
get? Are we gonna get to the point where we're gonna start seeing a lot more releases?
I wouldn't doubt it. These people paid for licenses, and I'm sure that's
and
not cheap.
why was this one only distributed in the UK?
Because they could only have the license in UK. The
I was gonna
licenses are already
say,
spoken for everywhere
The
else.
next thing that the next question this raises is there is a lot of murkiness of where's Disney's trading card alliances right now, because you've got obviously, well, one, this is a Topps product, so yeah, you said it, the UK, they can probably use the license, maybe in Europe, I don't know. But also, like, they own Star Wars. Topps has Star Wars. Topps has what am I missing?
Same umbrella
Right.
company, right?
Right. Disney owns, Star Wars. There's something else I'm missing, I feel like, that they also have. But no, Marvel's over with Upper Deck. So they're all over the place. I don't know. It just kind of adds to
is there an exclusive? Because I mean,
Is Marvel Disney?
Yes. Marvel, Star Wars, all under the same umbrella as Disney. Lucasfilm, technically. And then Marvel and Marvel Entertainment and Studios.
Now Fox.
Now you got Fox and all those brands. So you've got, hell, we haven't seen Avatar cards. There's probably money. There's definitely money to be made there.
I don't know about all that now.
Two movies.
Is that where you draw the line?
Two movies that have made $5 billion combined. There's a lot of money to be made.
How about you put some of those?
They made two
How about we
movies?
put some of those underwater Titanic cards?
Put
and
a little respect on Ewa and the Na'vi. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
On James Cameron, the man never misses. Let's be honest.
Why not just make a James Cameron set and then it could cover all
that
his
would be
movies.
fire. Let's be
Wait a
honest.
second.
A James Cameron set would be incredible.
Best James Cameron movie? Got to be
Terminator.
Titanic, right?
Terminator.
The best one?
Yeah.
Well, that's subjective.
T2.
Titanic.
T2's up there.
What
Man,
what
I'm
made the
telling you,
most
way
money?
Avatar.
Don't say Avatar.
It did. The number two
You're
is
telling me-
Avatar.
you're
And the
telling me
number
more-
two is, guess what? Avatar,
You're telling
The Way
me
of
more
Water.
people went
And the
out
number
to
three
the
is Titanic.
theater to watch.
Tickets sold might
maybe-
make it different.
Maybe
Tickets sold.
we're not thinking about inflation because back with
Yes.
Titanic, it was like $6 to go to a movie. Now I think it's like 160.
Yeah. Box office
How much is
versus
it? How much,
tickets sold.
how much is it to go to a movie
Yes.
now?
A lot.
Avatar, The Way of the Water, and Titanic are his
I'm telling you.
first, second, and third. So
I'm telling
give this
you.
good man his props. He knows. He knows his movies.
Pandora.
I would have never guessed that.
I saw it. I saw it in theaters
And
twice.
plus,
I saw Way of Water in
I
theaters
think
twice.
Titanic was
So
in
let's not hate
theaters
on
for
it.
like 7 years.
Yeah, basically.
James Cameron's second to Steven Spielberg on the highest-grossing film directors of all time.
With like
So now
half
you
the
know.
movies.
All right.
I'm just saying.
Highest grossing Steven Spielberg movie.
It's probably
E.T.?
E.T. Yeah. Well, maybe Jurassic Park.
Maybe Jurassic Park.
Maybe
Are you going to say
Jurassic
Jurassic Park 2, Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic Park 4?
No. Well, he's not involved in after you get to 4. He said, "I'm out."
He's
which,
like-
you
he's
can tell.
E.T.
E.T. is the best.
Oh wait, no. No, that's budgets.
Yeah.
That Saving Private Ryan had a bigger budget.
Yeah.
by a
That's
lot.
surprising. Anyway,
A lot of explosions.
look. All I'm saying is Disney can.
No, number
make
one
more
is
cards.
Jurassic Park with 1.4 billion.
Yeah.
E.T. is 792 million.
Yeah.
Grossing.
But
So
again, if you go
Jurassic Park
tickets
number one.
sold, might be a different story.
Man, I think Jurassic Park and Titanic came out around the same time. What
Not
a
far
year.
off.
Great year for movies.
far off.
We're all there in.
I think about 3 or 4 years difference between.
And
those
I do remember this is a sports card podcast, so we probably got to get back somewhere.
Get back on track. Oop, I'll kick your camera there. Also, a little side note: looks like Topps is making Topps Dynasty Soccer as well. They previewed a
On card.
Ronaldo, not the Cristiano type, but the other Ronaldo for Real Madrid. Looks like Dynasty looks good. See how that works out. It'll be the first soccer dynasty of all time, right?
Yep.
So it might have some legs on it. We'll see who else is in the set. I mean, you're probably going to need, I would assume, maybe Messi, but I don't know what kind of license they're coming out with. This is Real Madrid, so it's the UEFA Champions League, so it'll be anybody in the UEFA Champions League, I'm assuming. I don't think you can cross
Yeah,
MLS.
and they have UEFA, Merlin. I mean, they don't have the EPL, and they don't have a World Cup, so it would have to be. Yeah, I mean, but it's Dynasty. We all love Dynasty.
Remember Dynasty Racing when it came out? That was the first year. Was insanity. Boxes are still insane. So
Formula One.
we don't even talk about racing much anymore from cards perspective.
No, it's
What kind of racing?
F1 specifically.
The real one.
I don't watch that.
The Vegas race was cool.
But let's get into some Prizm now. Actually, I got to give you guys the deal that we're going to talk about. So, we got a lot of 2023 Goodwin coming in. We still have a lot of 2022 Goodwin. We want to clear the shelves. So you guys are going to benefit from 50% off here on the podcast. If you go to mojobreakshop.com and search 2022 Goodwin, use code HYPEWIN. That is all together, HYPEWIN. Use that. 50% off a box. It's $80. Not a Matt Genius, but it's $40 a box now to get your Goodwin Champs 2022 delivered to your doorstep. You're helping us out. We're clearing stock, giving you guys a great deal. And there's only 30 uses on this code. I don't even know if we have that many boxes left, but 30 uses on this. So use it today, one per customer, and grab your Goodwin Champs boxes. So get those while you can, because that's a great deal to chase a lot of those guys. Also, another side note about 2023 Goodwin, no LeBron James cards at all, not even one single card. I think we're not surprised.
Not a single one.
Not a single one. 2022 had him on the poker card, not on any cards this year. All right, 2023 Prizm is here, and everybody's been breaking it because the FOTL's been out like a week, but man, it looks great. I mean, I love the new Color Blast, the new vertical ones. We've got the dual Color Blast, which I don't know if we've seen any of those in the wild yet, but I'm sure somebody will pull them, probably Conrad. And, you've got the mangas, and you've got all the color to chase. I think it's the perfect set, and it's going to be the strongest when it comes to the value of C.J. Stroud. Anthony Richardson, of course, has autos. Puka Nacua has autos. So how do they top this? I mean, is this the set? If you're looking for football cards, Prizm's got to be the way to go, right?
It feels like it for sure this year, even more so than it has in the past. It's the one, I mean, we've said it before, and we'll talk a little bit more about it, but it's the one that will be the most immune to the Fanatics exclusives, because it's just not what collecting Prizm is really about. The autos are fun, obviously, but it's not going to affect the one-of-ones. It's not going to affect these White Knight. It also seems like early returns are that there are some there's a lot of really big pulls coming out of here early on. So maybe they've accounted for this lack of CJ Stroud and Bryce Young, Will Levis autos. And yeah, hopefully it stays afloat here.
What do you think, C-Rad? What do you think of the White Knight? Have you seen those?
I haven't seen it in person yet.
White Knights, and they're numbered to 3. And they look
I'm
like a
assuming it has
silver Prizm with the Panini logo around
Yeah,
it.
it's
the
the
White
Panini
Knight
logo.
logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why we went with 3. Maybe because 1 and 2 are already taken?
Yeah. Exactly.
They're numbered to what?
3.
Only 3 copies of each.
We still got the not so super fractors number 5.
Yep.
Ooh.
Gold vitals.
I didn't know
Is
they were.
this
I didn't know they were
signifying
that
the amount
low
of time
numbered.
they have left on their license? Or no, just kidding. I don't think they actually have 3 years. That'd be numbered to 2. But yeah, I mean, new parallel to chase. I mean, there's been parallels that came and gone. Remember the Jaylen Brown year that had the 5th anniversary parallel that we had, the Jaylen Brown one. So, I mean, gimmicky, or do you think collectors are going to like it? Number to 3 card.
I think with it being such low numbered, people should like it. It's not gonna. Most people are never gonna see it because it's only numbered to 3. You know what I'm saying? So it's not gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be on people's minds too much either way. And the fact that it is super low numbered, I guess it'll be a nice little bonus to chase for people that only collect the super low numbered parallels of these guys.
Let's see if I can get a picture for you guys. What do you guys think? What do you think, Dan? What do you think about a number to 3 edition?
I mean, I get why they did it. They needed to add more value in the way of parallels. I mean, Panini understands, like, they don't have Stroud and Young and Levis autos, and yeah, I see that card. I mean, it's
Looks like Donruss to me, kind of.
I mean, I don't love it, but it's going to hold value. People are going to put a premium on it. It's numbered to 3. It's a rookie. There's only, if you have one of them, there's only 2 other ones left just like it. I think this is too expensive for people to be building a rainbow, but for that collector who is going to complain about, well, now there's one extra color, let's face it. Like, how many parallels are in Prizm? Are you going to build a rainbow of 45 different parallels?
No.
We don't live in that time anymore.
No.
But it's a hell of an argument, though.
I mean, do we, with that being said and how confident we are in this product, and prices are pushing, $1,000 a box, is this going to continue to go up?
I think, again, because of the autograph exclusives with some of the rookies, really the marquee releases for football this year, I think, are going to be Prizm and Select. Because Select, you're chasing the color and all the different parallels, and the autos are good, but they don't have to be the sole main chase.
Mm-hmm.
NT is an Immaculate and Flawless are where I'm interested to see what Panini does.
And that's actually right down the lines of what Cody was asking, is like, how does this affect the rest of the 2023 products? Like, what are we going to do with Contenders? what are we going to do with NT? What are they going to do to entice collectors? I mean, Contenders should have Puka Nacua, should have Anthony Richardson.
Contenders is
Bijan,
going to
Laporta.
be tough. Contenders is going to be tough.
They need to put something in there for these guys.
They need to figure out in Contenders. They need to figure out a new insert or a parallel or something in there that makes the base cards desirable to some extent. If they're going to figure it out, they got to figure it out this year, because that cannot be a product where we're only searching for autographs.
We're gonna, you know what we're gonna get? You guys know the answer to this. We're gonna get the no autos.
I would like that, but I don't think they're going to do that.
I think they're gonna do that. They have to do that.
They kind of, I think they kind of have.
We're gonna get the no autograph. We're gonna go back and do the no autograph.
I mean, I don't know if it'll be that blatant, but there will be like.
So you could get the cracked ice.
Yeah.
You get the
the numbered of
championship ticket.
I wonder if there is any issue with them using like a facsimile autograph. At one point they had.
I can't imagine they can do that. Though,
You don't think so, huh?
No, I think it's. I don't even think it's about the
2015 is
I
when it
know,
resurfaced.
right.
Jared Hayne had
How
a
did that
no
work out?
autograph.
The Hayne plane.
They gotta own at this point. They own the rights to the autograph, essentially. You know, on any sort of.
I mean, they
card.
did that because
Whether
they
it's real or
they
not.
just obviously didn't have a session with Jared Hayne
Right.
to get an autograph. I don't think he was an exclusive with anybody.
Do we see? Do we see them put in some sort of extra? Yeah, some sort of extra insert. Some sort of. I mean, in a way, I think maybe they should have held off on one of the big insert chases in Prizm and maybe stuck it in something like Contenders or something.
Yeah, because I feel like we have too many inserts
right.
in Prizm.
It's like something like putting those. I mean, I don't know. It would have been weird to have. I guess at the time, like, oh, we're gonna have dual color blasts in Contenders. It sounds weird, but you got to have a change. You got to have something if you're not gonna have these autos.
Or what if they did? Now, they couldn't say this autograph is guaranteed by Panini like they say on the Jared Hayne one here, but what if they just did print it without an autograph?
I
and
mean,
like, go get your own autograph.
They do have the silver ticket and the gold ticket. Those are redemptions.
Yes.
Now, those are so hard to pull. Like, maybe they can try to expand on that, but they're redemptions. Like that kind of takes away how desirable those cards are, knowing if you do pull them, it's a redemption.
But
And they can't put
think
them in
think about this. I don't know what the laws are on this, but if you print the cards that have a spot for the auto, then you could even have Fanatics wanting to buy them, because then Fanatics would be like, I'm going to buy the CJ Strouds and have CJ Stroud sign it, and then grade it.
Yeah, but you open yourself up for forgery, right?
You do, but it would have to be third party authenticated. But yeah, then some people would just try to do it.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah.
That's why you got to put the no auto on there.
Yeah.
Or you should put a Mickey Mouse facsimile auto on there, and that's works for Top Corner
That's
right now.
well. I mean, that's what Dan
What
just
if,
said.
what if
put a
they put an
facsimile.
autograph on there? That is just an autograph that they made up. Remember the Johnny Cueto facsimile auto? There's no way Johnny Cueto printed his name like that.
That would be
What if
wild.
they did that? What if they just basically were like, this is how we think CJ Stroud signs his name?
Well, they have examples of it. They could facsimile what his CJ Stroud's auto looks like.
Yeah, but it's not identical. And then what if they're just like,
Yeah, I think best case scenario
I
is
don't
we
even
get
know
those
if
no
that's one of
autographs. That's the best case scenario.
Yeah.
This is what I will say. I am pretty gloom when it comes to like certain products like Contenders and some of the high end stuff that we're not going to get their RPAs of guys like Stroud and Levis. It sucks that we're not going to get it. But with that said, from what I've seen from the products that have come out so far in 2023 and how much people are still clamoring for these products, regardless of if they have Stroud or Levis or not, like there's still a decent amount of good rookies in this draft class, one. And then like all these other products have been selling out pretty good. So that makes me, it makes me hopeful that, people are still obviously going to want their football cards. But yeah, there's no way around it. Stuff like Contenders really is going to be kind of not as exciting as it usually would be for most years.
and let's face it, like this rookie class for quarterbacks has not lived up to the hype.
No.
Yeah.
Stroud, yes. But if anybody goes, Bryce Young has looked as good as he possibly can. Like that's crazy. He might be good, but he did not have a good rookie year.
No.
Will Levis had maybe one good game.
Bryce Young had such a good year that the majority owner threw a drink. At
Say,
him.
who's got a better arm, Bryce Young or the owner throwing that drink at a fan?
Anthony Richardson looked like, at the beginning of the year, looked like he was going to be
the guy,
the best rookie out of the class. And that would have been an absolute home run. Unfortunately, he got
now
hurt.
Gardner Minshew might be bringing the Colts to the playoffs.
The way that every other breaker is pricing out the Colts, I guess they think he's the guy because we were like $200 cheaper than everybody else on breaks. So.
Maybe the other breakers don't know that he's hurt for the year.
Yeah, maybe they think he's coming out to play
He's
the
only
game.
been hurt since week 5.
I saw some breakers charging over $1,000 for the Colts in a case of Prizm.
I mean, let's stop. I mean, what a box is like starting to hover around $1,000.
I think so. Let's see.
Originally listed, I believe, for $800 on
what a time.
Panini's website.
What a time. I mean,
$9.49 on DA Card World.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money, man. It's a lot of money
for no chance in a Stroud auto.
I mean, with
the hobby is alive.
Yeah, I mean, also, I feel like people are also this week coming to the realization, like we were just talking here on the podcast, that this might be the best product that you can get for 2023 football.
Very well could be.
Yeah.
Like, this is it.
And what
You
you
know
guys
what I'm saying?
don't remember is the Pandy Prisms, the 20 and the 21, that we were talking about $1,500, $1,600.
Well, I just priced out 2018 Prizm. 2018 Prizm. Let's talk. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield. Sam Darnold.
Who will be your starter this week?
Sam Darnold getting a chance. Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz. What a
Must-see
time.
TV.
What a time. How much do you think a box, I'm not going to ask Doug because he may have looked at it already. 2018, right now, going into the playoffs.
I haven't looked at it.
2018 Prizm Hobby Box, what do you think it is selling for on the open market?
My guess would be about $1,800.
Yeah, I was going to say probably floating around $2K.
2 years ago, $3,000.
But think about who's in it.
Yeah.
And we're heading into the playoffs.
Yeah. The
Lamar
possible
Jackson,
MVP.
Baker Mayfield, Josh Allen.
Yeah. You're looking at the
Saquon.
possible MVP. You're looking at
$4,000.
$1,650.
Oh,
Jeez. So yeah, if the decision.
$1,650.
So if you're willing to throw down, hey, what's an extra $650?
But I'm trying to wrap my head around.
That's
or you
crazy.
could buy this year's product with this year's rookies, where you could make an argument where you have C.J. Stroud, Puka Nacua,
Puka.
Who could be the best rookie receiver of all time, right?
receiver. The other for $600 more, you can get potentially Lamar Jackson, who can get his second MVP.
Yep.
Josh Allen, who
Seems like he's making the playoffs.
seems like he's putting it together.
This is a top 5 QB.
Baker Mayfield, who's going to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
For $600 more.
Well, how much is 2022? 2022 is $1,000, and you got an MVP candidate, like possible should win an MVP in there.
But after that, the well runs real dry. Real dry.
You mean Christmas Day, the guy who was serving up fresh turnovers?
No, wait a minute. That's old news. No, it's old news.
Purdy and Pickett, that's it.
It's old news.
It's pretty tough.
You got Sam Howell.
Sure.
No.
You do. You do have him.
Oh, he's in there.
He's in there.
He's in there.
That is a fact.
Sauce.
Defense.
Chris Olave.
I mean, if I had to pick 22 or 23 for the same price, I'm going 23. At least I have the uncertainty of, like, maybe Bryce Young's legit.
Yeah, maybe Anthony Richardson.
Maybe
Will
Richardson
Levis.
comes back.
Hendon Hooker.
Hendon
We
Hooker.
haven't even, on a good Detroit team, what if Jared Goff says, I'm going to go get paid somewhere? Hendon Hooker might be your starting QB.
2020
of a
Prizm.
Very good Lions team.
2020 Prizm, $2,149 a box.
It's more expensive than the
Burrow,
2018 box.
Herbert, Hurts, Tua. So actually, if you want to talk about powerhouse,
I
for
would
this
go.
year,
Did you say 2020 or 2021?
2020.
Oh, okay. 2020 should be the most expensive year.
Let's talk. Okay.
2021.
Let's talk about old Herbie here.
2021 is 900.
Herbert, I think,
Oh my god.
That's came down a lot though.
Yeah.
That one was higher than
That
2020.
makes-
That
that-
one-
2021
makes sense.
sounds way better than 2022.
Yeah.
just for Lawrence.
Fields.
Fields, yeah.
So
look
actually,
good.
going over, and we went back from, and we didn't do 19. But 18, 1650, 19, we don't know. You said 2020 was 22, 21, 2200.
The most expensive of them.
21,
900.
900.
Under 1,000.
So the cheapest is Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
That's it.
And Justin Fields, if you still believe in him.
Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
2017, 5,500.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that one doesn't need much explanation. Yeah. We know that.
Mahomes.
Yeah.
McCaffrey.
Watson.
Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, man.
So that's a good question. Which one are you guys ripping for your money?
Including this year's?
If you go from 17 to now.
I mean,
sorry,
honestly,
15's not included, C-Rad.
21 does still sound like
20.
and
Actually,
it's not just because it's the lowest price,
20,
but like
21, I think is 21. You can still get Brady color too.
sure. And
I'm going 21.
and I think also it relies on how much do you believe the Chicago Bears. I mean, 'cause Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence. He's locked in at Jacksonville, I think, for now. Like, do you believe the Bears are going to take a QB, number one, or are they going to trade it?
Well, I mean,
and then get Marvin
I
Harrison
also
and
don't
try to
wanna-
build up.
I don't
that
want to be
offense
crazy
with
here.
Fields.
Like, doesn't Dak Prescott, isn't his contract ending soon?
Yeah.
Is there a chance? I think it is.
Is it this offseason? Is he a free agent?
Is there
No, you're right. I think he
Is there a
is.
chance that Trey Lance could be the face of,
He could be.
of them boys?
But right
No.
now he's what, third string, I believe. He's not even second string. He's third string.
He's getting the
He's
the lay of the
marinating.
land.
He's
trying to
marinating.
figure out like the best barbecue in Dallas and hanging out, like trying to.
I think that's Dak's team at least for the next
Yeah.
I
few
would be
years.
shocked if
3
they
years.
don't
Not if
give-
they get bounced in the first round.
Well, yeah, you're right. That would change things up
Like
quite a bit.
Dallas needs to go. Like Dak needs to go on a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, he does. He needs to get him to like the NFC Championship game.
He. I think if he doesn't, I don't think they re-sign him.
I think that's foolish if they don't. But you're probably right.
Oh, I actually just saw this from the NFL 5 hours ago. See if you guys can guess this. The top 5, don't look at my screen, the top 5 vote getters for the 2024 Pro Bowl.
I think I saw it.
2024 what?
2024 Pro Bowl.
It's every
Yeah, I saw it.
49er on
Yeah.
the. It's all 54 49ers.
I did see it.
It's
Number
the
one.
whole roster.
The top 5 vote getters. Okay. Well, dude. Michael Mayer.
No.
Aiden O'Connell.
I like it.
Zamir White.
Zamir White is a guy I definitely put
Max
up there.
Crosby.
Max Crosby.
Max
Come
Crosby
on.
should be on the list.
Max Crosby, come on.
That might not be a crazy one.
Could I guess?
Yeah.
Brock Purdy,
Number 1.
Christian McCaffrey,
Number 2.
Nick Bosa,
Nope.
George Kittle,
Yep. 4.
Debo,
Nope.
Brandon Ayuk.
No more Niners after those 3.
Oh, really? I actually thought.
I was saying top 5. They
I
have
mean,
3 in the top
Niner
5.
fans are just sitting at home, like on the Pro Bowl ballot, just like stuffing the ballot, just all day, clocking in for the Niners.
3rd is Tua, and 5th is Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
But we kind of know why Travis Kelce's on there, right?
Hey, George Kittle. Who's the real America's tight end, huh?
Why is there 2 tight ends in the top 5?
Because they're literally 2 of the most marketed stars in the NFL. Frankly, maybe the 2 guys I've seen in commercials more than any.
But Brock
other.
Purdy's not marketed. Why does
No.
he have the number? Why does he have the
Oh,
votes?
he will be. You just wait. We will not be able.
How many times have you
escape.
voted, Cody?
0.
Oh, no, come on.
0.
Not today.
I have 0
I don't
votes. haven't
vote in
voted
this
either.
stuff. I don't vote for Pro Bowl. First of all, you can't go. I don't think you can go on NFL.com and vote for the Pro Bowl anymore. You have to do it in a hashtag on your social media site of
Somebody
choice.
check Cody's
which,
Instagram.
Hell no, I'm not doing
Twitter.
Dude, he's created so many burner
You
accounts.
have to like twist my arms to do.
He's like KD with the like the 10 different burner phones.
Yeah, if you
voting
see
for the Niners.
if you see Brock for MVP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 accounts, then yeah, you might have caught me.
I
Sorry.
mean, the Pro Bowl is useless. I get it.
Right.
It's good for those players. They're gonna make it.
Well, because
They have a free trip.
I'll
to,
tell you,
the guys,
I'll tell-
our guys won't be there anyway.
I'll
so.
tell you guys. Yeah, you don't want your guys. None of the Rams will be there. They're going to be busy prepping for the Super Bowl.
Well, the Rams can't play the Niners in the Super Bowl, so. I don't
Because
know.
we're
It's
going to
gonna
beat
work
you
out.
down in the old Santa Clara.
Well, yeah.
Because
I got an out on that one.
when it
Notice I'm not going to
when it
make a
comes
bet
to
on
the-
this game.
When it comes to the playoffs, McVay. Sorry, Kyle. McVay's your daddy.
You guys won't beat the Lions.
Oh, we're beating the Lions.
George Kittle says his mom voted 100 times. Thanks, Mom.
Is
And
that the
faithful.
match? Did the NFL actually get the matchup?
They're
they
gonna
wanted?
get. They're gonna make that match happen.
It would be awesome.
They're gonna make it.
It would be awesome. if
And
that happens.
honestly, the Rams probably match up best against the Lions. I don't think that's a good matchup for the Lions.
it'd be interesting.
Jared Goff. Actually, two quarterbacks that really become a shell of themselves in the playoffs. Jared Goff is one of them. And Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott he becomes
He
Whack
always
Prescott.
does. He does. He becomes Whack Prescott.
Oh, happy birthday to Jim Everett.
I know. I mean, you want to talk about the GOAT.
Before we end, I want to bring it back to the football cards here. You guys were saying Prizm feels like this is the marquee product of the season, given all the circumstances. But that's obviously usually something reserved for NT Flawless. How can they figure out a way to still make NT, or let's just focus on NT to start? How can they get a way to make this still an enticing product that still feels high end, that still feels like,
I got it. Prizm NT.
There you go.
Prizm Flawless.
Prizm NT, Prizm Flawless.
We got Prizm Black already. Don't put
'Cause
Prizm Black in Contenders.
The
or
easiest
in
answer
Chronicles.
would be like, just put like Tom Brady's auto in there, which you can't do now. I mean, as far as we know, right? Is that official? Like he's a fanatic, like he doesn't sign anything.
He's not public domain either, right?
Right.
So, not yet.
That's the only guy where, yeah.
Now,
More Patrick Mahomes autos, hopefully.
You're
we
gonna
saw
have
this.
to.
We saw
You're
this
gonna
with Ben.
have to.
We saw this with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons didn't have autographs. He was an Upper Deck exclusive. Was it 15, 16? And
16,
his
17.
16, 17? His base cards and National Treasures and the high end Spectra, they held a premium. So base cards number to 99 of CJ Stroud and NT are potentially could be the replacement for RPAs.
Right. That's what it's gonna have to be.
And the base card's $299, right?
The 99.
Well, they got to do a RP, right? And they'll have shields.
Yeah,
They'll have
that's the
diamonds
thing.
and flawless.
You're still gonna have diamonds and
How
flawless.
about
Shields.
like same route as
Yeah, more
Contenders? How about we get our RPAs? Just put no auto on
But no
there.
auto. I'm for it.
Oh man, you want to pull a true no, and then it just has a big old no auto on it?
Yeah.
No.
How about
thank you.
just like nope?
just a big card that
Nope.
says nope? CJ Stroud, and you look at the back. Oh, it's a CJ Stroud. All right. Yeah.
Because the only thing the bad thing, we know what the bad is. Obviously, we're not going to get the RPAs of these guys. The good thing is, I'm hopeful that these are coming out at a more reasonable price point for the high end stuff like National Treasures.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
what I'm hopeful for.
that's the
Not
one.
if the
It has to
distribution process is going to be the same, which it will be. It's going to be it's going to be artificially inflated, and these are going to come out. I mean, look at Prizm.
But listen, like,
Prizm with all these guys who are exclusives of Fanatics, Prizm should not be coming out at
but
$1,000.
it doesn't affect Prizm though. It doesn't
Yeah.
affect Prizm though. And let me say this, like
It does a little bit though.
they will have at this point distribute like everybody knows the game at this point. They'll have a year full of data of 2023 products that have come out. They cannot be like, we're gonna stretch this and try to get the same price that we got last year.
Basically, it's going to be distributors. Distributors are going to hold it back, and they're going to basically wait to see what their customers, breakers, shops, sub-distributors are going to be willing to pay for it.
Dude,
And everybody, and all the breakers, including us, are going to be willing to pay whatever we need to pay to get it.
I don't know about whatever because
It's going to be whatever.
there's a price point where like we like it's just, I know we need to have it to sell for customers, but there's a price point where it's just like then we're just like losing money every single case.
And they'll have accounts say no, and they're just going to hold out until accounts say yes.
And Panini's making less. I think we know that. Right?
And Panini's making less.
Yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Well, make sure you join in on some Prizm while it lasts because it's going to be gone soon because everybody's ripping it. So jump in on Mojobreak.com or on Fanatics Live on any of your Prizm breaks. And make sure you guys listen in. If you fast forward past that 50% off code, go back and listen. So we'll see you guys on next week's show of The Hype. Peace.